Salams, namaste, vanakkam, saubona. Welcome to another edition of Tabloid Talk with me, Mohammed Ismail. This week is a very special week for South Africans as we celebrate Heritage Day and, of course, National Bride Day. Both differently important to us and yet overlaps in a tradition of culture of sorts. We all know what a good braai means, but what about Heritage Day? South Africa is a country steeped in rich tradition, culture, heritage and history. A rainbow nation unique to itself. 24 September recognizes and celebrates the cultural wealth of our nation, a day when we remember the cultural heritage of everyone who makes this a diverse country. However, in recent years, we have seen a rise in intolerance and racial tension. The euphoria of 1994 might have been forgotten. However, let us renew our pledge as citizens to work together and stand as a united country, flying our country's flag high. Now, how can this Heritage Day slip by without anyone doing the Jerusalem shuffle? Even President Cyril Ramaphosa has encouraged us to celebrate a day of diversity with this internationally popular song that has taken social media by storm. The artist behind the song is Master KG, featuring the voice of South African songstress Nomcebo, did not themselves expect such a popular explosion. Jerusalem is an upbeat gospel-influenced house song that was initially released on 29 November last year after it garnered positive responses online, with a music video following on 21 December. And talking to me today is someone we might all be familiar with, and that person is none other than Natashia Munian, also known as Bash with Tash fame, or rather from Bash with Tash fame, a lady who can bring the giggles to anyone and brighten a dull day. You have seen her on stage, on Facebook, on YouTube, and now Tash is right here in our Tabloid Talk studios, broadcasting from Durban North. And with Diwali not far off, we have a very special prize to give away to our subscribers. Simply answer this question in the comment section below, right there below on the YouTube channel, and don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button. The question is simple. What happened to Tash in one of her very first shows when she appeared on stage? Watch the interview for the answer. You got to listen carefully. Post the correct answer and stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand gift voucher from Jayshrees and Rivaz. The winner will be announced on our next show. Stay tuned and we'll be right back with that fabulous interview.
Put your hands together, make some noise for Bash with Tash! Breathe. Muruga, navel shifted, slip, fell down, got a big hole in the tights.
Welcome back to Tabloid Talk with me, Mohammed Ismail, and in the studio today, I've got a very special guest. She's already made me laugh backstage. We did a few things, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. Natashia Munian, Bash with Tash, the one and the only. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. You were caught in traffic earlier.
I was.
Was the roadblock because of you?
Well, I'm not sure if the traffic was a true story, but I sent you pictures. No, the roadblock wasn't because of
So
me.
that's fine. That's fine. But thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you.
We've come through a lockdown. South Africa was shut down. Entertainers couldn't do anything. How did that affect you? And do you think that the entertainment industry will reach the pinnacle it was once at?
It affected us all, yes. The first few months were the toughest. I don't know how long it'll take us to get to where we were, but I know we certainly will get there. I think you also have to, what I did as an artist is I had to learn how to adapt very quickly. You got to use the resources that you have. I could have, we could have complained about it. It was a really tough time, but you had to focus on what you had to do. So we adapted to it and we started doing online stuff, used the resources we had. In terms of getting back to where it was, there's two ways to look at this. It may take a while, or people may appreciate those gatherings and, you know, get back into it straight away when we're allowed to. Obviously, with the necessary precautions being taken. But I think that we've learned how to appreciate time together. So I think we will actually get there sooner than we would, you know, think we would.
Well, I would hope so. But you already started doing some gigs now with this lockdown level 1.
Yes, I have. I started about 2 weeks ago when we are officially allowed to. The function capacity is a little smaller now. It's obviously moved. So the bookings are coming in at God's grace. So yeah, this year is looking a little bit more promising.
Do you think I'll make it as a stand-up comedian?
Of course, just maybe just the stand-up part. But yeah, I think you're funny. I think you would.
Yeah, he's just saying that because I got you on my show. But that's fine. Thank you very much. So who is Tash? Who is the person? Who is Natashia Munian?
So I like that question. I've been asked that question a lot, who is Tash? And I prefer to answer it in a little bit of a reverse manner, who isn't Tash? There's no limitation to Tash. I am just me. What you see is what you get, on camera and off. That's, you know, that's irritating, that's that kind of girl, that kind of wife. That's a true story. There's no put on. You know, I like to always ask what isn't Tash, because I'm not afraid, you know, I'm not afraid to go out there. I'll stand for what I believe in on my own if I have to. So the things I'm not is afraid. The things I won't do is very little. My life is based on morals and integrity, and that's how the whole brand is run. I'm fun from time to time. I'm just like any other person. I wouldn't like to say woman, because I mean, you know, every other person. I have my mood swings. I could be really, really irritated. I don't have eyebrows on when I wake up in the morning. So I'm like typical, and that's just me. But what you see is what you get. And people have seen me off camera, and have seen me at the mall, or have seen me. They've actually, now with using masks, it's helped because they don't recognize you. But they turn around and say, I just heard that voice. Because I tend to call uncle in the store as well, you know. And I'm like, why you got this thing here? Go look at the, you know, and it's so typical. They're like, I knew it was you. And it's real. That's all I can say, on and off.
Do you ever bash uncle every now and again? It's like when you're in the kitchen, hey, get out of here, and give him a good old hiding. He's standing there, your bodyguard is there. I check he's out there.
I think with women, we don't have to raise our hand. It's the look. You know, you give your husband that. In fact, you give any man that look. Not even a husband, even a boyfriend.
Give me the look.
Then you know that, you know, I can't say any further. He immediately now starts thinking about rectifying behavior. Even like sometimes I give the look for no apparent reason, you know. But I think the look says it. Yeah, he gets shouting. He does in real life, but he's so calm, Shane. He is my calm.
So is it true when a woman tells a man, "What did you say?" It's like an opportunity to tell him to rectify things and that again. Should he repeat what he said, or should he just die of a heart attack?
So funny you ask this question, because in the last week I've had a bit of an earache, so I have like obviously I'm going to have it syringed, so it's blocking my eardrum.
But you can hear my questions now.
Now I can hear your questions, but the what did you say part was a real thing this week for us. But yes, it is an opportunity. So it depends. Like, what did you say? Like, I didn't hear you. Or sorry, what did you say? Then there's a level and there's a tone. That what did you say? You must never repeat what you said. You must just go with the whole, you're beautiful or whatever.
Yes, you're beautiful. So I'm continuing with my questions.
Yeah.
How did you get into the entertainment industry, and what were you doing before that?
I was in call centers for like 15 years. I was in sales and marketing, and I went through the process of agent and TM and all of that. My dad is a very conservative individual, so there's just one road, and that road is your education. It's the one key that can open up any locks. He would like not talk to us if we didn't want to study. But obviously, being the rebel that I am, I didn't want to study. I left and I worked, and eventually came back to Durban to complete my degree. And in that final year, I was going to hit the market all over again. And a friend told me, just put up a video, you know, you're funny. At that time, if you go back now to 3.5 years ago, you could see I didn't brush my hair. There was no eyeshadow matching. There was like this pink lipstick and red eyeshadow, and I was outside uncle's workplace, and I just took that phone. And that's how it all started. It just started off by just that one video, but obviously it's not as easy as that. You've got to maintain it from video to stage, the transition. Everything's very different afterwards, but it was that specific video that changed everything.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
That's a very good question. Well, listen, you got to wake up every day and you got to make choices. My parents are definitely my inspiration. My dad's really funny. My mom's not really into comedy, right? She'd sometimes phone me and say, why you said that joke? What did you mean? Why did you say that? You know, but my dad's really funny. But I draw inspiration from them because every day when you wake up with those choices, it's more than comedy. Everything you say, you're accountable for. And how we were brought up is, you know, it was a whole lot of integrity, strength, morals, and values. They had instilled in us these things from a very young age. So example, pray. Doesn't matter where you go, where in the world, what you do, keep your fast and pray if you're doing it, you know, pray every single day. So I mean, inspiration is drawn from there, how to keep that faith going, and just like how they, you know, they had, you know, our parents had tough lives, and they still, you know, they went on with it and they made a success of their lives. So that every day reminds me, and my grandparents, of course.
Yes, and I'm aware you guys you're fasting right now, so well over the fast. Tell me, the traditional sort of kind of parochial mentality in communities. Here's an Indian girl from a sort of closed community now out into the world, onto the stage. What's the criticism been like when it comes to that? Because you don't often see ladies coming from traditional kind of background going onto a stage that gives you the limelight. What has been that criticism coming, and of course compliments?
Well, you know, there's been a lot of criticism, and I guess, you know, there's this saying, if you put yourself out there, you should be open to criticism. And I feel like as a society, we abuse that. If you put yourself out there, it's fine, but you're still a human being. I've had a lot of criticism, body shaming, the works, a lot. And in the beginning, it was really hurtful. I remember I had to cry sometimes before I even went on stage because it was hurtful stuff, you know, and it just sort of attacked you. And as women, our confidence is always bruised with just one little comment, you know. In the beginning, I wanted to respond, and sometimes I did. And as the time went on in these 3 years, I realized that the best response is no response. There will always be your critics. There will always be, and sometimes it comes from your, you know, your closest people. Yes. So I stopped responding, and I started focusing on, as you said, the compliments. That outweighs the criticism. So I focus on the people who do like me, and it's fine. I'm not going to be for everybody, and I get that. My husband sometimes tells me how he doesn't like some of my jokes, and I'm okay with it. I mean, after a serious conversation and a lot of screaming, but I'm okay with it. I'm not for everybody. You know, nobody's going to be for everybody. But I'm okay with the people I'm for, and there's this fan base that's so loyal. We built a community. So getting out there on that stage, and basically my brand is about changing the norms of society. So even when you find me on that stage, it's not that very glamorous or all done up. Sometimes it's very casual. But just being able to be that Chatsworth girl that went up on that stage, be it national or international, I don't do it for me, my parents, or whatever. I do it for the woman, firstly, and the area I'm from, everything. So it's a proud moment when I stand there. You'll see I always take a moment before I speak on the mic, because I'm proud of doing this for all of us, you know.
Thank you. A proud moment indeed. We don't see many women, especially women coming from sort of, and I'm going to emphasize on that, from traditional backgrounds, coming onto the stage and blasting their talent as in a stand-up comedian, if I might say so. It's still very much male-dominated. How are women breaking through those sort of walls or barriers?
So when I first got into the industry, there were some men that were a little bit like, you know, where did you come from and what do you want, you know? I feel that I've had a lot of love as well from the male industry. I've never had like major issues. They were very welcoming. But I have that attitude where I'm here now, so deal. So even if you weren't welcoming, I'm here. I think that it is still very male dominated, but I think more and more women are gaining this confidence to come out there. Look, there's, you know, and I always say this, as a man standing on stage, it's probably a suit, a jeans, a t-shirt, there's not much going on. But as a woman, they're first going to look at you from head to toe before they hear your joke. So you gotta work double, you know.
But it's stereotyping.
Well, you know, depends. Some people would, and it's natural. Like if I'm watching a woman on stage, I'm going to look at everything. I'm not going to necessarily judge what she's doing.
So you look at women, eh?
I look at guys too, but I can't say that because my husband's behind the other side of the camera. I look at guys too, but you know, subtly, you know.
Six-pack, muscular.
No, No, that doesn't do it for me, you know, because those won't keep you warm in the winter nights, right? I prefer the bigger, more goodly kind of, you know, boys. Look, it's only natural. So when we get up on that stage, there's all these things running through your mind. Is my dress fine? Is this okay? Is, you know, even the simple things like I'm wearing a tight Sunday, is that showing, you know? So in this male-dominated industry, we've had to work a little harder. But having said that, I believe that it's actually not so male-dominated anymore. There's plenty of women that are coming out and plenty more who will. And I'm just excited every time to see a woman, you know, go out there and do it. There's a lot of times that I'm in shows that I'm the only female on that show, but that doesn't intimidate me at all. And I think it should never intimidate any woman.
Absolutely not. But the lady behind the entertainer, you're just not all about jokes and fun time and everything. And I know you can brighten a dull day at any given moment. That special video you made for us, that was really nice. Thank you. But don't ask me any questions. It's my show, okay? Please.
Okay.
Right.
I try my best.
Thank you. Tash, you've been involved in a lot of social development and upliftment, especially during lockdown and before that. We don't know too much about that side of you. Tell us more.
So, the hands that serve are holier than the lips that pray is something that we live by. So from the time the brand started and even before that, we've always been accustomed to giving. But when this platform started, I know that, and I know this is going to sound very like spiritual and very different, but I think this platform was a gift from God to change the norms. It wasn't just for comedy, because the work, the community work is very close to my heart. You know, we don't have kids, my husband and I, so the core focus is kids, and he doesn't have parents, so the other core focus is the elderly. But those are also the two types that can't really do anything for themselves. So we started off in this brand and we created something called the Box of Hope, where we raise funds for children with special needs at shows. You know, it's counted openly on stage and given to them. I've gone out and done quite a few fundraisers. So any organization that's not, so that's a temple or mosque or church, or has, you know, illnesses, renal failure, cancer, etc. Those kind of functions, that was a no-brainer for me. I've done a lot of those. But more than that, I've gone out into the community and I definitely want to do more. I wish I could do more. We get thousands of messages like this and my heart absolutely breaks. But this pandemic, I didn't leave my house for the first month when we were on that level 5. I was paranoid. And after that, I said to my husband, I'm going out there. I'm going to help the community. There are people that have lost everything. And if I have to die doing this, then so be it, because that's who I am. My mind is consistently working on how we can do things. So it's not only where we, you know, it's not just for poor people, or it's not, sometimes we actually just, you know, people who are going through illnesses, we just popping by with a little gift to say, enjoy your day. There's different things going on in this world and so much happening. I wish I could do more, but with my personal capacity, because, you know, we take, you know, we get a lot of sponsorships, we get a lot of people helping out, and whatever we don't have, we take it out of our own pockets. So I really wish I could do more, especially in this time. Yeah.
Indeed you will, and we wish you well with that.
Thank you so much.
You can take an ordinary situation, an everyday life situation, and turn it on its head with a comedic spin. I want to know fan reaction to that. Do people tell you, fans tell you, hey, that's just us, that's exactly what happens in our household, and you give it a comedic spin and you can then laugh about it, no matter how serious the situation might be. So just two parts to that question, fan reaction to that, and can we as a community laugh at ourselves, or do we find things still very serious?
So with the fans, it's exciting because you get little children. You know, I have that famous line, if I don't tell, who will tell? You get little children, and parents send me these videos, and then I get videos from people saying, you remind me so much of my mother. I'm abroad now, but my mother is that typical you, the words and stuff. So there's a lot of relation to it, and it's very real. You know, I had a bit of backlash with that on social media, like, no, sorry, we Indians don't speak like that anymore. The thing is, as I mentioned, I've studied, I've majored in communications, but I'm also very authentic. I have a granny that speaks like that, and a mother, and myself. That's me. I'm not going to run away from it. And I drew inspiration when I travel abroad, and you'd meet people from other countries, and they had different accents. They never change their accents to fit in, so I will never do it. Whether I'm sitting in the most corporate level or the most normal, whatever the case is, this is me, I'm authentic. That's my way, that's my style. If I'm going to these fancy restaurants, I'm still eating with my hands. I'm still doing, and people who know me now know that this is going to be, this is it, you know. So lots of good reactions by saying, you know, And lots of husbands that say, I feel like I'm almost married to you because that videos are playing in my house every night. And, you know, when I tell them I'll sort out your husbands, I get a message to say, hi, please, my husband needs to be sorted out, send a video or send me a quick video to say this and shout at him. And I do it, you know, because it's really fun. On the other side of that, your question, it's, yeah, you know, people, are we too, did you say scared? Are we too
uptight that we can't laugh at ourselves?
A lot of people are. A lot of people will take what you said and say, oh, you know what, no. Or they challenge it. I like challenges. I do say in my videos, this is not going to be for everybody, and I expect some controversy around the whole thing, like a video I just did now about people who cheat and break homes. I know I'm going to get it, you know, but I'm willing to get it. But the thing is, I think some people are just a little uptight. If you look at now, every little thing is so sensitive for people. You need to learn to lighten up. I did a massive corporate function, in the earlier days of my emceeing, and they were predominantly men at the function, you know, and these were all the CEOs and directors. And I remember I fell at the very beginning after like 2 lines of emceeing. And I fell down, and it was the most embarrassing moment, and I got up, but they were very nice. I mean, it took about 8 of them to come around me to try and help me. My husband just stood there like, you know, and I tell you that fight lasted for like 6 months, and every time I looked at the photo, it's a new fight. And when I got up and I said, okay, you guys can laugh now, and I laughed at myself. And then there's times in the emceeing where I burst out laughing because I thought of how I fell, and the only thing I'm thinking on, is his tights okay? Is the tights okay? Are there no holes in his tights? Am I wearing tights? And it was great because at the end, that CEO's message, and I didn't even know this, but he played a video. It's not how you fall, it's how you get up. So they thought, the staff thought it was all stage, but trust me, my ankle never knew that was stage. It was bad. But yes, we are too uptight. We're living in a world that's too, we need to calm down. This is who we are. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at things, loosen up. We've been through a pandemic now. It's time to just, you know.
We're going to be taking up a challenge just now after the break. So
okay.
We're not going to tell them now. Let it be a surprise. Batman or Superman?
Now that I know you, Batman, I don't know what to say. You know, is it the only 2 options you're giving me?
Absolutely. You can't take Spider-Man.
Why can't I take Spider-Man?
No, he cries over girls. So does Superman.
All right, then Batman. Now, this question is so unfair because it's going in your direction. Okay, Batman. Then I might as well just say you. Right, fine, done.
Thank you very much. Your future plans?
So, the future, COVID-19 showed us that your future could go 360. So if there's something I learned here is do what you want to, do everything you want to, take your chances, jump off that mountain, grow your wings on the way down. The future for Bash or Tash is I definitely want to start something for women, empowering women, not just, you know, I do motivational talks through comedy, so that's something I really want to look at as a big thing. And then, of course, I have the big girls thing kind of going on. So I really want to encourage more women to be brave and confident. It's not just big girls. Confidence lies in every size or shape. I want to definitely tap into that market of getting women to be more braver and to get out there and just be them. There's a lot of us at the moment, and I want it to be doubled. And changing the norms of society, of course.
For sure, very quickly, and we've spoken about changes, rather advice to women, advice to men from your side. It's equally important because men don't listen to women, don't they? Yeah.
Just listen, guys. Just listen. Don't talk. With men as well, you know, you're right. There's a lot of focus on women. We did a 2-month-long Women's Day program. Next month, we're focusing on men. There's a lot of men that go through a lot of issues that are not focused on enough. So my advice to men is to also be strong. Go out there and do what you have to do. Don't be confined by what people think or other guys think you should. Be strong, be bold, and go out and do it. So yeah.
They say tigers don't cry and elephants don't laugh.
Well, I'm pretty much the size of a baby elephant, and I laugh every day, okay?
Oh, well, that was, I just thought of that in way back when I thought I'd just throw a joke. And there you have it, some bashing with Tash. We'll be right back with a challenge. Welcome back. Thank you very much to my very special guest today, Bash with Tash or Tash with Bash, Natashia Munian. It was really a pleasure. I'm going to try to become a stand-up comedian, only try. But this was our very special Heritage Day show. The president said celebrate Heritage Day with the Jerusalem challenge, and I'm going to be doing just that in a moment. Please also don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. Click on the like buttons on both cases and subscribe. Click that bell icon, and we will keep you up to date with all the latest news, views, and entertainment on all our platforms, from Tabloid Talk to Tabloid Newspapers to Tabloid TV. We've got a great competition, 1,000 Rand gift voucher from Jayshree's. That will be more information afterwards in the rolling credits. And the world is doing it, South Africa is doing it, and now we're doing it here in the Tabloid Talk studios, coming to you from Durban North. Hit it, Mr. DJ. Jerusalem challenge, people. Here we go. Enjoy. Have a super Heritage Day. Come on, Tash, you got a movie.
I'm getting there.
Which way?
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
We're having great fun here at Tabloid Talk. Send us your videos. Don't forget to send us your videos so that we can upload it to see what you've done on Heritage Day for your Jerusalem challenge. Thank you for watching, and we're going to be back very soon in your laptops, on your smartphones, and everywhere else.